Nothing already.
Nothing there?
Nope.
You're still herping.
Yep.
Even when we come out hunting, Michael herps. We've been out this morning, out here in the marsh, doing a little duck hunting. Got a few, but we were hoping to find some water. You know, there's plenty of water back in this beaver marsh.
Yes, there is.
And a lot of it, quite a few birds too. We had a good shoot this morning. Couldn't shoot straight, but no, we were out the other day up in some forest, and we needed some water, didn't we?
Yeah, it's been really dry, but we still had some luck. I mean, luckily at higher elevations, it can stay wet. You get a little bit more fog, and we found quite a few salamanders. It's a great time of year for everything that's baby. I'll find another one. That one. Oh, there he is. He's in these leaves. Here we go. Oh, he's jumpy. It's a great time of year for baby everything. I love the fall. Here you go. Well, this will be the second one. Got an eastern redback salamander. A little more sluggish than that slimy I just found. One of the most common salamanders in this area. Go ahead and let him go back under the log. Let's see if we can't find another species of salamander. We're not going to have to go too far, I don't think. Oh, there's a eastern newt. Doing all right. Species number 3. This one's still a little orange, actually.
He's pretty.
Yeah, it's got some red spots there. It's the eastern newt. You can tell why it gets its name longtail. Look how long that tail is. Alright, so we're up to 4 species of amphibians here. Gotta love this. Nobody under there except an earthworm. Nothing under there. It's a little dry under there. At least it's rain. So sometimes when I go out in the forest, I like to look under logs. And when I looked under this log, I found a stick. And I was like, this log had a child. Oh, that's unusual. This is species number 5 for salamanders today. This is a 2-line salamander up here in the middle of the woods, hiding under a log. I mean, I know there's water nearby, but these guys are almost usually found in streams under rocks. So to find one in the forest under a log it's unusual, but not too much of a surprise, I guess. A worm. Another worm. This one. There he is. A red. Oh, I'm losing him. Oh, and a frog. Okay, we got 2 species of amphibians under this rock here. So I flipped this rock and I just scored pretty good. I got our 6 species of salamander, a red salamander, and a pickerel frog. This is a pickerel frog here. If you ever get one in hand and are unsure, and you can't see a white spot on the tympanum, you can check those legs. And they are quite yellow. So this red salamander, actually I just dropped him right here when I was trying to catch that pickerel frog. He's right under this rock here. That's a juvenile red, probably turned this year to its adult phase. He's right here on the ground. I'm gonna pick him up to get a quick, better look at him and then let him go right back under this rock. But the missing part of his tail looks like a slightly older injury. I always worry about that when flipping them, because sometimes if you're not careful, you can actually injure these guys. So always be really careful when out looking for herps. But yeah, that's a older injury. It looks like it's healed over quite some time ago. But that's another thing. I mean, salamanders, just like lizards, they can drop their tail, they can regrow it. I mean, there's many species of salamanders that can lose a whole leg and regrow it. So this little brown salamander here, this is actually a juvenile red salamander. They'll get that bright, brilliant color after about their first year and a half, sometimes 2.5 years of life. This stage still has its gills, so I'm gonna drop it right back in the water. So that juvenile red salamander, I put it back in the water pretty quickly. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of hard to see when they're out of the water, but they still have their gills, and their tail is also more blade-like, so they're more adapted for life in the water at that stage of life. And as they get older and a little more terrestrial, they kind of lose those gills and that blade-like tail.
Hope you enjoyed tagging along on our herping trip, and we'll be back with fresh videos soon at www.camochairproductions.com.